Boom, YouTube. I'm going live over here in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Oh yeah. Hello YouTube verse. Hello Facebook universe. You're both verses. I am Dan Salem here, talking NFL football. I'm a New York Jets fan, if you can't tell. Yet I'm going to try and live vicariously through other teams that I don't like quite as much this week, since the Jets are out of the playoffs, barring an unforeseen miracle that does not seem to happen to our team ever. And so we'll live through other teams. Quick logistical issues. Let's tweet. I am on BuzzChomp on YouTube. That is BUZZ Chomp. And I just tweeted on BuzzChomp on Twitter, with an extra Z in there for good measure. BuzzChomp with 3 Z's. And now I'm going to retweet it on my own personal Twitter. That would be at the Dan Salem on Twitter. And I'm also at the Dan Salem over on YouTube, Facebook Live. So at the Dan Salem on Facebook Live, at BuzzChomp on YouTube, at the Dan Salem on Twitter. Go follow me, go retweet. And this stream is now officially shared. All right. So, it is week 12. The Jets survived their bye week unscathed. They did not lose. They did not win, but they did not lose. You can't lose in your bye week. Yet, did the team actually lose this week? Because Ryan Fitzpatrick, no longer injured. Therefore, Ryan Fitzpatrick, the default starter for our New York Jets once again. Now, I really think it's only because we have a rivalry game against the Patriots coming up on Sunday that he's the starter. We're going to be at home. We'd like to beat the Patriots at home. Then they feel like, oh, we could rattle off a couple of wins against a couple of easier opponents. Yeah, look, I'm trying to pause here, right? Obviously, this football team. Obviously, they feel like having Bryce Petty in there at quarterback will hold back the accelerated growth of our wide receiver core. We got rookie wide receivers playing really well with a veteran quarterback getting them the football. Bryce Petty not quite able to get them the football because they got to run a limited set of plays. He does not have enough experience in the offense to run every play, and they obviously don't want to take the training wheels off. I don't think they're letting him out of the garage just yet. He played last weekend. They didn't let him out, or not last weekend. They played against the Rams. They didn't let him out of the garage. And I say that because they only let him throw it deep like twice, and when he completed, they threw really short passes, and they ran a lot. It was extremely conservative. He was in shotgun the whole time because that's what he's, quote, most comfortable in. Give me a break, okay? If he's going to be our starting quarterback, he should play the offense as originally written. What was one more defeat if he failed miserably? I don't know who they're trying to protect. You don't need to protect Petty. I mean, honestly, if he doesn't play for our team anytime soon, he's going to be out of a job. Why would we keep him? Why would you keep another backup? You just go draft a new guy in the draft as a backup. So if he can't play, then he's gone. Maybe they really don't like him. And maybe right now he's just protecting Christian Hackenberg, who's slowly developing, hopefully, into something. But I kind of like what I've seen out of Petty. I like his moxie. I like his arm strength. I like his decisiveness. So if he had a full set of plays to work with, I'd like to see how he handles the pressure. Yeah, he had the 2-minute drill thrown at him last game and ended up throwing a pick. That was a rookie mistake. The Jets have 3 wins. There are, I believe, 4 other teams currently ahead of them. The Browns have no wins. The Bears have 2 wins. The Jaguars have 3 wins. And the 49ers have 1 win. So right now it's Browns, 49ers, Bears, Jaguars, then the Jets. I think that the Jets own the tiebreaker over the Jaguars. Could be mistaken. So right now we're sitting at the 4th or 5th pick in the draft, which is pretty damn good. I mean, we don't really need to get much higher, but the 4th or 5th pick is infinitely better than like the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th pick this season. All right, there's 1 or 2 top cornerbacks / safeties available in the top 10, and they're going to go early. This is not a quarterback draft. One of the running backs might go, but we don't need them. We got a veteran presence in Powell. I don't think we jump on a running back. I think that we can really get them through free agency also if we feel like we need an extra one. So we want to be in that 5th spot, and we don't want to win too many more games. There is no advantage to finishing 8-8. There's none. The worse we finish, the easier our schedule is next season. The worse we finish, the better our draft pick. And we already got a tough division. I thought this would be one of the hardest divisions in football this year, one of the best divisions in football this year. And I'm going to talk playoffs in a second. The Patriots are obviously in there, and I don't know how they keep doing it, but the Dolphins keep winning, and I think that they're going to steal a spot. And Buffalo, they looking like a 9-7 football team, maybe 8-8. They're right around that middle ground. Just tons of injuries held them back, and their defense kind of sucks. So it's a good division. Jets are at the bottom of it. Play 4 more division games, and we're not better than our division right now. So what are we playing for? Bowles is not going to get fired. I mean, yes, a level of respectability. It should be nice to win against the Patriots at home, but Fitzpatrick gives us the best chance to win. I guess he gives us the best opportunity to develop some of our other rookies around the offense. But he does not give us any sort of sense of later in the season. So I guess if they really only feel like they already got 1 game out of Petty, right? Maybe they were hoping if we sucked for 3, then you give them the last 2 games of the year. Maybe the last 3, but definitely the last 2. And the last 3 is, I think it's Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, or Dolphins, Bills, Patriots. I gotta double check that. I'll double check that for you. I should speak accurately. It is Dolphins, Patriots, Bills. So those are the last 3 games. Home, road, home. Those are likely Petty's games, and so that's fine as long as he gets a few. It doesn't have to be now. I mean, you don't need 6 games to see what he's got. We saw kind of what he had, and you give him a couple more and let him see if he has any momentum. So 3 is probably plenty. I can't fault him for that, and if it's going to help the development of other players, sure. Fitzpatrick's healthy. I'd love to beat the Patriots this Sunday at home. Great. But I'm smart enough to know that this game really doesn't matter. It can only hurt our chances at a high draft pick and a worse schedule next year. So, that being said, what is the playoff outlook right now? I'm going to talk AFC first, because we're an AFC team that we love, the Jets. Apparently, the Raiders hold the tiebreaker over the Patriots. Therefore, the Jets have a huge opportunity to play spoiler to the Patriots. We get them 2 more times here. Well, we get them twice. We haven't played them yet. So we get them twice here, right? And they need to win every game to get home field advantage. The Raiders are likely going to lose at least 1 more game. They got to play their division quite a bit. They got to play both the Broncos and Chiefs, and so I see another defeat in their future. There is the word I'm looking for. The Patriots are 8-2. Now they've just been cruising, but they did lose to the Buffalo Bills, and they have struggled off and on. It was more when before Brady got back, but they kind of want to win out to secure home field advantage. If we can steal one of those 2 games from them, that is going to do a huge number on their ability to get home field advantage, since Raiders hold the tiebreaker over them right now. Houston's got a hold of their division at 6-4. 6-4 record. The Raiders, because that's how those 2 divisions are. That's how it works. They're not good enough. Which leaves the 2 wild card spots. That's really where the interesting thing is here. I mean, who wins the AFC West is going to be interesting. The Raiders, the Broncos, and 7-3. Those 2 teams, Broncos and Chiefs, are 1 game out of the Raiders. And right now, the Broncos and Chiefs hold the 2 wild card spots, respectively. Chiefs holding the tiebreaker at 7-3. And there sit the Dolphins at 6-4. Now, I wrote this week on NFLSpinZone.com how I believe the Dolphins do make the playoffs. Their schedule is rather favorable. They don't have quite the opponents left that either Kansas City or Denver has. Those 2 teams, they got to play some tough opponents. They have to play each other twice, which that alone, one of those 2 teams is, I mean, somebody's losing. So Miami's in a good position at 6-4 to get into the playoffs. I mean, Don't get me wrong, I hate the Dolphins. I hate the Dolphins. But it kind of a little bit validating to see that the AFC East is good, or may have two playoff teams like I thought they would. I thought one of them would be New York, our Jets. That is not happening. So Miami, sure. But again, a second opportunity for the Jets to play spoiler. So we can play spoiler with the Patriots and their home field advantage because we get them twice. We can play spoiler with the Dolphins because we get them once more, and they can't afford to lose any games. And honestly, if they looked ahead at their schedule right now, they would see the Jets as a victory because the Jets have a bad record. But we all know that Jets-Dolphins games are very tight. We also, I believe, get the Dolphins at home. I think we lost them on the road most recently. And so that, in and of itself, I will double check that so I speak accurately. Oh no, yes. They are coming to the Meadowlands. Therefore, the Jets at home against the Dolphins, second to last weekend of the season. That might be a Bryce Petty audition game, but that's okay. We can still play spoiler and send the Dolphins home and keep them out of the playoffs. It's fun. We got a good, solid opportunity here to keep teams out of the playoffs. The Colts at 5-5 have aspirations for their division and the playoffs. We get the Colts too. We can keep them out. And then Pittsburgh's in the mix. But I don't think Pittsburgh has what it takes. I don't think Buffalo, Indianapolis, Tennessee, I don't think any of these 5-win teams really have enough going. They need to put a streak together. Honestly, Miami doesn't pass the eye test for me, but I like their schedule. I don't like Kansas City. Like, they've got to come back from behind too late in the games too many times to win. I'm not sure they can hold it enough together. Denver's getting by. They're going to be in the playoffs, in my opinion. I think that Miami takes that spot from Kansas City. I think Denver cleans up against the Chiefs in their two matchups. That's my AFC prediction. Jets got an opportunity to play spoiler multiple times throughout here. We already beat the Ravens. We lost to the Chiefs. Looks like we might have played almost every single playoff team this year. Funny how that works out. NFC, well, Cowboys are cruising. Seahawks are cruising. That Jets victory really set them on the right track. Lions, really? Falcons, yeah, they are holding strong. They'll win their division. And then the Giants and the Redskins got the two wild card spots. Again, neither one of those teams quite passed the eye test, but the NFC wild card teams are not going to this season. They just aren't. Flat out are not going to. Hell, I don't think Detroit passes the eye test, and they're winning their division. Maybe Minnesota can overtake them. They got the same record at 6-4 right now. I don't think that it's the Packers season. They're kind of on the outside at 4-6. Carolina's got a better shot shooting up the ranks here at 4-6 to overtake Atlanta for its own division than the Packers do of winning theirs, in my opinion. They just looked awful. Arizona's out of it. I don't think Philadelphia's got enough. If they're 5-5, they're not done. Tampa Bay's not done at 5-5. I don't think that they can put enough together. They've been way too inconsistent, all those teams. So my money is on Minnesota overtaking Detroit for their division there in the North. And something tells me the Giants hold on to a playoff spot. They just seem to have it going. They're playing just good enough. And this is the way they won their 2 Super Bowls. They played just good enough, got in the playoffs, and then kept playing just good enough. I mean, that's what Eli Manning's career has been built on. He plays just good enough, always a little bit better than he has to, makes one more great play than he does mistake, and he's got 2 rings and a hell of a career going. And they got a great set of receivers. And with Jennings back in the backfield, they just looked unstoppable last week. Hell, I mean, it was a bad opponent, but they got another bad opponent this week. So they're just got a couple money games coming up. So they're in. I'm torn who gets that final wild card spot. The Redskins at 6-3 are obviously in control. I think we're going to be surprised. I'm not completely eliminating the Panthers from rebounding to steal that wild card spot because I don't quite believe in the Redskins just yet, and I don't believe in the Lions or Buccaneers or Eagles. It's just a mishmash mess. I don't believe in these teams. Something tells me if any one of these teams is going to come out of nowhere to do it, it's Carolina. Otherwise, if it's just chalk, yeah, either Detroit or the Redskins steal that final spot. All right, so we're living vicariously through other teams here. We don't get to play spoiler in the NFC really because our schedule, our schedule does not afford us the option to play such teams. Who do we have left on the docket? We got the Patriots spoiler game. And we have the Colts and the 49ers. We can play spoiler against the Colts. Their offenses looked good. Their defenses looked awful. That is a very winnable football game for the Jets at home. Of course, we could say the same thing about the Rams, who beat us 9-6. And they were up 10-0 on Miami, and then Miami decided they wanted to start playing and won 14-10. That saved their season right there. The Miami Dolphins saved their season. But the Rams, they got a really great defense, so it's not a surprise that they were able to hold stingy. Colts, not so much. We can run all over the Colts. We can absolutely decimate the 49ers, too. I mean, that's a trap game, but, I mean, who's really trapping who? They have one win. They want to keep tanking. Cleveland has come out and said they are tanking. The 49ers are tanking without having said they're tanking. And if I had to guess, Jacksonville also tanking because they only play well in garbage time. So that's 3 tanking teams. And then the Bears, I think the Bears and the Jets, they're just bad. Neither one of them are really trying to tank. But they happen to be. And then we get the Dolphins, Patriots, Bills. So, questions. I don't see any questions around the horn here. News and notes. Oh, that didn't mean to play. We shall pause you. Stop it. Internet's going crazy over here. All right, we talked NFL playoffs. Matchup with the Patriots, I mean, they're a mismatch. I am not looking forward to how many touchdown passes Tom Brady will throw to Rob Gronkowski on Sunday, or Martellus Bennett, whoever is not injured at tight end. If we game plan this just right, we can keep this game close, and we need a couple lucky breaks to go our way. I think like the Buffalo game, where Buffalo managed to keep it close against us, because I think they had a punt block for a touchdown, some interception for a touchdown, maybe they had a kickoff return for a touchdown. I forget exactly the number of those types of plays that they had. That's the way we can keep it close and steal a victory against New England. Otherwise, their offense is just too good. I'm not sure that they can stop our running game. They haven't really been able to stop teams from running too much. But they'll be able to stop the run or the pass. And then they'll be able to stop it enough to put up more points than us. Unless we get some of those breaks, all right? We got to win the turnover battle. I mean, that's kind of obvious. But against New England, if we can get a turnover that leads to 7, that's going to go a long way to stealing a victory. Because this will be straight up stealing a victory. They are a better football team. There's no bones about it. Okay. So, some Thanksgiving thoughts here. It's Thanksgiving, right? Unfortunately, the New York Jets have permanently stained Thanksgiving for me forever. They played the Patriots on Thanksgiving Eve 4 years ago, and I will never forget it because of the butt fumble. Morning, general manager. We got rookies at linebacker that are playing pretty well, and I like where they're headed. They're trending in the right direction. And we have rookie receivers that are also playing really well and trending in the right direction. Then we have second-year player on the defensive line, Leonard Williams, crushing it. Malden not quite as much at linebacker, but like I said, we got the rookies in there at linebacker. And then we got some really nice veteran talent. Muhammad Wilkerson's locked up long term. I'd like to see him stick around. I know we're going to have to trade Sheldon Richardson just because of he'll be too expensive, but we have Leonard Williams to step in his place. And honestly, the Jets have struggled getting all 3 of them on the field this season. It was an embarrassment of riches at the position, and when only 2 of them were available, they were able to play a different defensive scheme, and it was actually working better. So we're going to get a great trade haul for Richardson, and that makes me thankful. I also love what Matt Forte brings to the team. He's like the epitome of Todd Bowles, the coach. It's just like quiet, workhorse, getting it done, positive, just getting it done. And whoever comes in at running back, because they're going to have to bring in somebody young at some point, he'll be here, I hope, to imbue his veteran leadership and knowledge upon them. I think he's really giving it to Powell because Powell just looks just as good. Brandon Marshall, another great veteran. I will say, I also think Ryan Fitzpatrick, a great locker room presence and a great veteran. He has a lot to teach. If anybody can teach our struggling young quarterbacks how to play this game, it's somebody like him who has bounced around the league for years, had success at multiple teams under multiple coaches. And yeah, he throws a lot of interceptions, so he should not talk about ball security or decision making per se. But everything else, he can impart upon them. So those are just a few of the things I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that we're not playing on Thanksgiving because it didn't go so well the last time. I'm thankful that we're playing the Patriots this weekend because it gives me a reason to watch. I love a rivalry game. I love a home game. And we don't have many reasons to watch anymore. All right, barring questions, I will sign off here for the day. Enjoy the multiple games on Thursday of your football action. Have a happy Thanksgiving. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for you, audiences, supporting me and my voice. Thank you. At the Dan Salem on Facebook, at the Dan Salem on Twitter, BuzzChomp on YouTube, at BuzzChomp with an extra letter Z on Twitter. Same goes for on Facebook. I am vlogging every day on BuzzChomp YouTube. Pillow Talk TV has new comedy for you every Friday. Just go to buzzchomp.com. That's BUZZChomp.com, and you can find all of it and a whole lot more. Great little digital entertainment network we got going. All right, thank you guys. You've been great. I will be back next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, live on dual platforms. Finishing. Oh.